Hi, I'm Jessica, and this is With My Whole Heart. I'm a salon owner and educator, but more than that, I'm someone who's been in it, building dreams, raising babies, and figuring it out in real time. This is a space for the real stuff, the messy middles, the big leaps, and the pivots you didn't see coming. We'll talk business, beauty, faith, and everything in between. So grab your coffee or your tea, get cozy, and let's dive in. Because this journey, we're walking it together with our whole hearts. Hey friend, welcome to the very first episode of With My Whole Heart. I still can't believe I'm saying that out loud. This episode has been on my heart for a long time, something I felt gently nudged toward again and again. I put it off, wrestled with imposter syndrome, and wondered if anyone would even care what I had to say. But that inner quiet pull, that God nudge, never really went away. And eventually I realized I didn't need to feel ready. I just needed to show up with my whole heart. So here we are, and you are here. You could be anywhere, listening to anything, doing any number of things. And the fact that you're here, I'm truly so grateful. If we haven't met yet, hi, I'm Jessica. I'm a salon owner. I'm an educator, entrepreneur, wife, and mama to 3 beautiful girls. I've been married to my husband since 2006. And if you've been married for any stretch of time, you already know that comes with plenty of laughter, growing pains, and you're lucky you're cute moments. Life with him and our girls has stretched me, blessed me, and taught me more than I could ever explain. There's truly never a dull moment in our house. After years behind the chair, I found myself at a crossroads. The salon I loved was changing in ways that no longer aligned with the life I wanted or the health I needed. I started experiencing some serious health issues, dermatitis, respiratory problems, and even esophageal damage. And after a long journey of tests and questions, we discovered it was all tied to the products and the environment I'd been immersed in for years. Our industry is full of hidden toxins and harmful chemicals. And after nearly 2 decades of exposure, my body was done and it was waving the white flag. So I had to make a choice, walk away from the work I loved or reimagine it in a way that supported my health and honored my values. That's how Hustle and Heart Salon was born, out of necessity, out of faith, and out of a vision to create something better. A space where you could still experience that gorgeous hair color or transformation, but without compromising your well-being or the planet. And this podcast, With My Whole Heart, it's an extension of that same purpose. This space is for the women who are building something meaningful while also trying to stay grounded in real life. Whether you're growing a business, raising babies, healing from something hard, navigating a new season, or rediscovering who you are, you belong here. I want this podcast to feel like a breath of fresh air, like sitting down with a friend who just gets it. My hope is that every episode leaves you feeling more grounded, more encouraged, and more connected to who you truly are. And I want to be real about something. This podcast and the way I try to live my life isn't coming from someone who's mastered balance or nailed the art of slowing down. I'm someone who does a lot. I wear a lot of hats. I have big dreams, a full schedule, and a brain that doesn't turn off easily. But I've learned, and I'm still learning, that doing more isn't always the same as doing what matters. That being busy doesn't always mean I'm being purposeful. And that if I'm not careful, I can give my whole calendar to something and still not be showing up with my whole heart. So this space, it's not about adding more to your plate. It's about doing what you're called to do with intention. It's about showing up fully, even when it's messy. And it's about learning to live and lead in a way that feels aligned, not just impressive. I've walked through a lot in my 30s, seasons of grief, struggle, confusion, and honestly, some identity shifts I didn't see coming. And those weren't just moments that nudged me toward God. They brought me to my knees. They reminded me how deeply I need Him, not just when life feels hard, but in the everyday. I love Jesus, and my faith is the foundation of everything I do. And I know I'm not alone in that. I know there are so many women walking through the fire, trying to keep it together on the outside, while everything feels a little or a lot upside down in the inside. And I just want to say, you don't have to keep pushing through or staying busy to outrun the pain. You don't have to buy into the lie that more doing equals more worth. The world tells us that success is about achievement, money, and nonstop motion. But success that costs your peace, that's not the kind I'm after anymore. With My Whole Heart is for the women who want to do it all differently, who want to build something lasting from a place of truth, purpose, and rest. I want you to know that you belong here. I want you to see yourself in these episodes, to hear your story in a peace of mind, and to know truly that you're not alone. You're learning, like me, to lead with love, to stay rooted in purpose, and to trust the small, unseen things matter just as much as the big ones. Each episode, you can expect real, honest conversations about motherhood, marriage, business, leadership, beauty, burnout, grief, growth, and faith. I'll be sharing parts of my own journey, the lessons I'm still learning, and I'll be bringing on some really incredible guests, stylists, creatives, leaders, coaches, business owners, and heart-led women living out their purpose in wildly different ways. Some episodes will be short and sweet, like a quick voice note from a friend. Others will go a little deeper, but all of them will be rooted in truth, encouragement, and the kind of wholehearted conversations we all need more of. So whether you're listening on your drive to work, during a quiet moment at home, or while you're folding laundry, I hope the space feels like home, like a deep breath, like a moment to pause and remember what matters. Thank you for being here. Thank you for listening. And thank you for being a part of this next chapter with me. I truly can't wait to grow together with my whole heart. Thank you for spending this time with me today. Your time is valuable, and I'm honored you spent it here. I hope something in this conversation met you right where you are. If it stirred something in your spirit or spoke to your heart, I'd truly love to hear about it. My DMs are always open. I love connecting with you. And as you go, just remember, you're not walking through this life alone. Until next time, stay grounded, keep showing up, and keep leaning into the purpose that's been placed on your heart. I'll be right here, cheering you on with my whole heart.